What's up, Bear Valley kids? It's Miss Amy. It is summer and we are having so much fun. This is just to remind you about our summer reading challenge where we are reading through the Jesus Storybook Bible together. And today you get to just sit back and relax and enjoy the story with our mascots. That's right, with CJ and Charlie. So you don't even need your book today, but this is going to be the story that counts from July 12th, okay? So you can read it at any time, you can watch this video at any time, but it's on the calendar for the 12th and it counts. So don't forget to show up on Sunday. Let us know that you're reading along with us to collect your prize. And oh yeah, I snuck a little something in there. If you find a minion in this movie, come find me on Sunday morning. I'll have something special for you. Just tell me where you think you see the minion is during this whole thing. So have fun. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Happy summer. God's people had some scary enemies, but the Philistines were the scariest of them all. And now the Philistines had come to fight them. The Philistines had a secret weapon called Goliath. Goliath was a terrifying soldier, and worst of all, a giant. A giant so strong and so tall and so scary that no one had ever been able to fight him and live to tell the tale. So there they were, the Philistines standing on the top of one hill, God's people standing on the top of the other. And then every day, Goliath would come out and shout, "Send your best soldier to fight me. If he wins, we will be your slaves. But if I win, you will be our slaves." "Chickens," Goliath bellowed, "your God can't save you." His beady, greedy eyes glowered at them hungrily under his helmet, as if any minute he was just going to gobble them up. And he laughed, ha ha ha, echoing horribly around the dry valley. Well, Goliath might just as well have been a green, slimy monster with 3 heads, because God's people were frozen with fear. Their eyes glazed over, and they turned deathly pale. They knew if someone didn't do something quick, if someone didn't save them, but God would do something. He would send someone to save them. Now you remember that David was the youngest son of Jesse. Well, his brothers were soldiers in the army. And one day, when David brought his brothers their lunches, he saw Goliath, and he saw how scared everyone was. "Don't be afraid," David said. "I'll fight him for you." "You're only a little shepherd boy," the king said, "and Goliath is a great soldier. How will you fight him?" "God will help me," David said. So the king gave David his royal armor to wear. Oh, but it was too heavy and too big, and David couldn't even walk. "I won't need this," David said. Instead, David picked out 5 smooth stones from the stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Took his slingshot and walked toward Goliath. Step, step, step. Goliath walked towards David. Thud, thud, thud. "You?" Goliath peered down at the small boy. "I'm little, but God is great," David said. Goliath laughed, a horrible laugh that even worse than normal. And with one giant swing of his sword, Goliath could finish the boy off. But David kept going. "It isn't how strong you are, or how many swords or spears you have that will save you. It is God who saves you. This is God's battle, and God always wins his battles." So David put a stone in his sling, swung it around, and let it go. The little stone flew, like a bullet right in the air and struck Goliath right in between the eyes. Well, Goliath stopped laughing. He stumbled and staggered and crashed. And when the Philistines saw Goliath was dead, they ran away. And when God's people saw them running away, they cheered, because God had saved his people. David was a hero. See, many years later, God would send his people another young hero to fight for them and to save them. But this hero would fight the greatest battle the world had ever known.